So here I am all home from work now. I'm just gonna do my dishes and then cook some food. Cause you know what? I've microwaved my meals for the past like 3 days, so I should probably actually make some food for once and be a little nutritious maybe. But you know what? That's okay. So today we're gonna be wifey material. I'm gonna do my dishes and then I'm gonna clean. No, cause doing my dishes is cleaning. I'm gonna do my dishes and then I'm gonna cook some food. And yeah, I'm just gonna be wifey material today. What am I gonna be cooking? Well, I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm gonna be cooking yet, but I think it'll be hamburgers. Cause like, hamburgers. Or maybe I'll just make a chicken burger because I do have one chicken burger left. And I'm not really hungry. I'm just kind of like peckish, and it's also 6 o'clock right now, so like it's supper time, so I really should put some food in my belly, and then maybe I won't want to munch at like midnight. But I think I'm gonna try to get an early night tonight because I've realized that I can't pull the all-nighter anymore. I don't know, maybe I still could pull the all-nighter if I didn't let myself go to sleep in the morning, but at the same time, I try to stay up all night because I'm editing, and then I usually don't finish editing till about 3:30, 4 in the morning. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, well, it's 4 in the morning now. What do I do? Do I go to bed? Do I stay up all night? Do I try to stay up? Excuse me. Do I try to stay up all night and become a morning person the next day so that like throughout the next day I can kind of reset my biological clock and go back to being a morning person and then fall asleep at the end of the day, which is usually what I try to do, except I always pass out around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So that doesn't work out, but that is okay. Why? Because today I am going to go to bed at, I almost said 10:30, but that's not happening. I know that. That's in 3.5 hours. That's not happening. I'll probably go to bed by midnight, 2 o'clock. I'll aim for midnight, probably be 1, might be 2. We'll see. What I'm gonna do is whenever 1 o'clock rolls around, yes, so I'm already scratching midnight off the table and it's going to 2. We're gonna try to work backwards instead of working forwards. And I'm not gonna jump backwards a lot, jumping from like 4 or 5 in the morning to midnight. I'm gonna go back kind of like hourly, I guess, because I do have my friggin' first aid course coming up in a couple friggin' weeks. Next week? 2 weeks? I do have my first aid course coming up in 2 weeks, so I am gonna need to be a morning person for that because that's goes from 8:30 to 4:30, and I'm like, what? You want me to function at 8:30 in the morning? No, that's not happening. I don't do that. Like, what? No. So yeah, it should be interesting. I'm just gonna fill up the sink here. Oh, the water is so warm. It's so gorgeous. It's a cold day today, in case you couldn't tell. But tomorrow's payday, so I get pizza tomorrow. I'm limiting myself to having pizza on payday. So that's 1 pizza every 2 weeks, which my body is screaming at me for pizza, but I will survive, and I will suffice, and we will be like adults today. Or this week, or whatever. We will be adulting, sort of, semi, maybe, I don't know, probably not. But that's okay. Today was a really slow day at work. I only had 1 client, but that's winter time. Tomorrow I have another day of adulting, which is always fun. I have to go friggin' do adult stuff tomorrow. Like, okay, so we have a snowstorm coming. I know, we just had a snowstorm like yesterday. I guess this is gonna be like the main video. So, hey everyone, how's it going today? It's Nikki here. Hope you've been enjoying my vlog so far. If you do, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button, or why not comment to make it a triple threat? Because like, you know, who doesn't like a triple threat? Singing, acting, dancing, okay, triple threat, holla. I guess let's let the vlog clips roll. Good morning. Today's not a good day. I overslept way too much. I keep on trying to pull an all-nighter to reset my clock so that like I can fall asleep and get up in the morning. But I think I'm just gonna have to go to bed at night tonight, before noon, before midnight, because I woke up at 2:55 today. Yeah. So that's how my morning's going so far. And somehow I already have bird poop on my pants. Okay. I need to brew some coffee and get some food, and then get ready to go to work. So we're about 9:15 right now, and I think I'm gonna go curl up and have myself a bath because it's been a long week and it's my Friday. I'm not working tomorrow. And then I'm back in at work on Saturday, but that's okay. Tomorrow is gonna be a day of adulting, but like shit has to get done. So I'll be running errands tomorrow. But I'm gonna go head on into the bathroom now and go have myself a shower, and I'll... So tomorrow there's a whole big snowstorm coming, and it's not gonna be fun because I have to go out and do running around, and I'm not looking forward to that. I have to actually get up in the morning because, like, I have to be a morning person tomorrow because I have to go to friggin' Service New Brunswick to do and, like, legal and get done. That's fuck, I'm descriptive. So I have to go to Service New Brunswick tomorrow to, like, reinstate my driver's license because, like, my driver's license... Okay, so this is the issue. My driver's license expired 2 months ago. Like, I don't drive, though, so that's not that big of a deal. But the only thing I really use it for is buying smokes and buying liquor. But I am flying to Yellowknife in a month and a half. So I need to have a actually, like, real license rather than just... Not like a real license, because my license is real too. I'm not using a fake license, but like a real active license that's not expired and usable. So I have to go reinstate it, I guess, tomorrow. So before I continue with this story, if I was driving, I would have done this long ago because my license would have been needed to be active and also have the correct address on it. But because I don't drive and the only thing I use my license for is buying smokes and buying liquor, and then I realized that I'm gonna need an active ID for my trip to Yellowknife, so there's that. So honestly, if I didn't need the active ID for my trip to Yellowknife, I probably wouldn't have made it to Service New Brunswick yet, but I really just need to make time, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So, yeah. Oh, I'm rambling. Get back on track. Okay, so back on track. What's track? What is track? Where am I going with this? So on top of having an expired ID, I have not changed the address on my ID since last summer. So the address on my ID right now is still the address for my grandparents' house, which I moved out of at the end of June 2017. And then I moved into a place on Glengarry Lane in Riverview, and I was there for a month, so I was like, well, I'm only going to be here for a month. I don't even get mail sent to me at this address. Why would I bother changing my address to that? So I didn't get my address changed there. And then I moved to Fredericton, and I moved in with my mom, and I was like, well, I'm only going to be living with my mom for like 3 days, because I knew I wasn't working yet with my mom. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get it changed there. And then I moved into Manu, and I was going to get it changed on Manu, but then I had to go across town, because Manu was on the north side, and Service New Brunswick was on the south side, and, like, that wasn't happening. I don't know. I just didn't have energy in the morning to go do it. And I'm not lazy. I'm just really apathetic and don't give a And yes, I work on that, and I'm trying to not be. I moved to Manu, and I was going to get it changed over so that my address on my license was correct, and then I just never got around to it, and then I moved back in with my mom, and I was like, well, I'm not putting it at my mom's address because there's no friggin' way. There's no friggin' way I'm going to be staying with my mom, because I knew that I wasn't going to be living with her long. Even though I ended up living with her for 4 months that time, but that's beside the point. Well, I moved in in November, 3 months, because I moved out for February, so I was living with my mom for 3 months at that point in time, and then I moved here back in February, and I still haven't gone to get my license changed. So that's also what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We're going to try to get up at 8 o'clock and get ready, and leave for about 8:50, 9 o'clock, and then make it to work for about 9:10-ish, 9:10, 9:15, pick up my check, go down to the bank, cash my check, go down to Service New Brunswick, do all the stuff for my ID, pay any sorts of fees that I have because my ID expired and I haven't changed my ID in over a year. I don't drive. I don't use my ID for anything other than buying smokes and liquor, so like I didn't see the point in it. And it's not like I didn't change my address with the government, because the letter that I'm bringing in to show that I live where I live now is from the Canadian Ad Revenue Agency. So the government knows I live here, but the government also knows I live in Riverview, according to my driver's license. So one thing says one place and one thing says another place, so I guess they don't really know where I live. But that's going to be all fixed and sorted tomorrow, finally. See? I'm adulting, semi-ish. After that, I do have a little bit of running around to do with other errands, like picking up food. I do have to get boots. That's what I have to do. Okay, so I also will go get boots at some point in time tomorrow. And then, of course, I'll probably pick up weed and get pizza! Woo! My belly's screaming at me for pizza. Could also be screaming at me for water, because I haven't drank any of that today too, and I've had a lot of coffee, so that might be... Actually, I haven't had that much coffee today because I woke up at 2 o'clock. I woke up at 2:45 and automatically went downstairs and brewed a cup of coffee. So I had a full pot of coffee at probably about 3:40, 3:50. But I only had 1 pot of coffee, so that's like half of my normal amount of coffee. That's good. In my books, that's good at least. And I'll probably drink some water at some point in time just because, like, I mean, I know water's important. It's so weird because, like, it's horrible. It really is, because as a massage therapist, I didn't study all of this in school. And I know I need water, and I know a lot of coffee is bad for me, and I know I should eat good food, and I know this, and I know that. It sucks because I'm like a hypocrite, because I feel like that's true about every massage therapist, or almost every massage therapist, because it seems to be a trend, at least with the ones I know, where we'll tell our clients, oh, stretch this, or like, oh, drink plenty of water, and then we won't ourselves. But we do know we should. Life gets ahead of us, so we're just as bad as our clients sometimes. But we are human and we all make mistakes, so yeah. I guess dishes are all done, so it's time to start cooking them. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a tripod and get that set up kind of at an angle here so that you can all see. But as I said, I think I'm gonna cook a chicken burger or hamburger. I have 2 frozen burger patties and 1 frozen chicken burger patty, so we'll see. And I'll go grab the tripod and I'll be right back. Maybe I'll just make eggs. I don't know. I could make eggs, that would be quick and easy, but I kind of want a hamburger. I'm kind of craving hamburger, and I'm kind of craving chicken burger. Decisions. Let's make some hamburgers. I hope these don't have freezer burn. I think they might have, okay, is this freezer burn or is this just like the way that the hamburger is? Because I think that's freezer burn, but I'm not 100% sure. They've been in the freezer for a good like 2.5, 3 months. So it might be freezer burn, but we're gonna go with it and see if it's edible. Oh, wifey material is not going well today, but that's okay. I can cook-ish when I want to. I'm just not motivated right now. See, if I had someone to cook for, I'd probably cook a lot more, but because it's just myself, I don't do a lot that I would normally do if I had someone to do stuff for. Which is really no excuse, because I should just take care of myself before I take care of others, but I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, the possibly freezer burnt hamburger patties are in the pan, and I'm gonna turn that on and start cooking it up, and then get some food in my belly. I'm not gonna be recording the whole time because they're frozen solid, and I like to cook my hamburgers slowly so that they cook thoroughly without burning. So I probably won't record the whole thing, and I'll just check in here and there as the cooking goes on, and I'll probably be watching Netflix on my laptop, right? Oh, you're not gonna turn, that's awesome! Let's loosen this up. Right over there. I gotta go pee though right now because I'm about to burst, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my bladder has been voided. I'm going to just slowly start having everything cook and get on Netflix and see what's up. Maybe I'll go on YouTube, maybe I'll go on Netflix, maybe I'll edit, maybe I'll play games, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that, who knows, only time will tell. One thing though I have fully 100% decided is tonight I am going to have a gosh dang it bath. Gosh dang it? Because my feet are chilly and cold. So I've actually been doing horrible at this checking in while I'm cooking. They're almost done. And I recorded a bunch of TikToks and then turned on YouTube, and then I realized that it was pretty much done and I had to put my toast in the toaster, and here we are now. Well, sorry, I didn't put my toast in the toaster. I put the bread in the toaster to become toast. I know, you don't put toast in the toaster. You put bread in the toaster and it becomes toast. So I have some stuff here, and I think I might try to create some sort of wacky creation, because like, I don't want just hamburgers, and I don't want just cheese on the hamburgers with ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise, and I don't have any relish right now. So I think I'm gonna try to cook an egg on it and see how that all turns out. And I mean, worst comes to worst, it doesn't work out, and it doesn't work out. But if it does work out, well then I know what I can cook for the future. Egg hamburgers. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we shall see. So the first step that I think I'm gonna have to do for that is make sure they're cooked, because I'd rather not put the egg on before it's finished cooking, because hamburgers take a lot longer to cook than eggs do. So I think I'm gonna put the mayonnaise on the bread. Now that it's toasted, I call it bread, and before it's toasted, I call it toast. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is put the mayonnaise on the toast, and then by that point in time, I'll check on the hamburgers again, see how good they are, and maybe, who knows, throw an egg on there and some cheese on there and see what happens. And I love my mayonnaise, so I'm probably gonna smother it in it, and I'm probably going to clog my arteries, but that is okay. Because I mean, we're all gonna die someday, so you might as well die enjoying life. And if the things you like are eating a horrible diet that's probably gonna kill you, then totally do it. Because I love my junk food. And I know I really should eat healthy, actually, in reality. Now this one got really toasty, so I'm gonna have to load this one up with mayonnaise. Because I kind of forgot the toast was in the toaster. And it just got toasty. I mean, obviously it didn't burn, but like it just got toasty. Well, it got a little burny. I'm rambling. Okay, tone her down. Simmer to a boil. La 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 la. Okay, I think they're cooked. So let's put the cheese on. And I'm gonna do 2 slices for each hamburger because I'm a pig. So I don't know how this is gonna work out, but we're gonna try it and see what happens. So I think I'm gonna let the cheese melt a little first. And then once the cheese is kind of like melting on the top, I'm gonna put the egg on top of the cheese, on top of the hamburger, and have it kind of come down around the sides and try to maybe form like a casing over top of the hamburger. And then we're gonna flip it. But I don't think it's gonna work out because I think the egg is just gonna run everywhere and yeah, but we shall see. I'd like it to form like a circle around the hamburger, but I don't have anything to hold it in a circle formation, so that's gonna be problematic. Oh, it's nice and toasty though. It's so warm. Warm my soul. Warm my soul. My cold-hearted soul. Warm me, please. I don't want to be cold-hearted, but I don't know how not to be. It was like a self-defense mechanism that I had to adapt in school. Probably about grade 7 is when I had to turn off my emotions to get through life. So I totally formed myself into a sociopath. Probably. I do have sociopathic traits. There's no ifs, ands, or about that. And I think the reason for that, I've actually talked to my doctor about this, and he said I'm probably not a sociopath, I'm probably an empath who just kind of like didn't know how to process everything and had to physically turn themselves into a sociopath in order to get through life and survive. So it's kind of like a self-defense mechanism that I had to adapt for me to get through living with my mom and going through middle school and high school. And now I'm an adult, and I want to thank Shane Dawson. When he was putting out the series on Jake Paul potentially being a sociopath, and they were talking about, like they were talking to the therapist and they were going over all the traits and everything, I was like, okay, that's me, 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 that's me. This described me to a T. Shit. Okay. That's not good. So I started thinking and I was like, well, what can I do to change that? So I'm trying to be warm-hearted, but I'm still very cold-hearted, and I'm trying. And that's the main thing. I'm trying to become an empath again, but I just don't know how to care or feel or love or really anything. But I don't want to be a sociopath, which means I'm not a sociopath and I'm probably more a narcissist, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's confusing and I should probably really just go to therapy, but like, I don't got time for that. That's a lot of shit to deal with. And I already have a lot of shit going on that I'm already dealing with. So like, yeah. Okay, so we're dropping the egg on. No! Yep, I knew it. Okay. Can we like pop that egg on top of the hamburger maybe? Yeah, this isn't gonna work out. Oh, but now I have raw egg on top of my hamburger. Fricksicles. I did not think this through at all. Now I have to cook. Okay, what am I gonna do to get this all fixed? I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. So we're gonna move the hamburgers over to this side, and I guess I'm gonna cook up the eggs first, and then I'm gonna put the cooked eggs on top of the hamburger. And we'll see if that works. Oh, that yolk broke way too soon. The bottom's not even cooked. Friggsicle. Okay, so I don't need any eggs anymore. That can go back in the fridge. Mayonnaise can go back in the fridge. And this yolk is still not ready to be broke yet. I don't know. I'm trying to be a person, and I'm trying to become like someone who's actually a person and not just kind of like going through the motions of life. I had to shut my emotions off to survive, and that's not a good thing, and I'm trying to figure out how to feel and have emotions. It's weird because I haven't had them for so long that I just don't really know what I'm supposed to feel, I guess. I don't know. It's confusing. I don't want to be a sociopath, but I feel like I am. I don't know. Which makes me a narcissist? I don't know! I need to go to therapy. I know I need to go to therapy. That's what the comments in this video are going to be. You need to go to therapy. And I get that, yes. But like, I don't get time for that right now. I'm too busy cooking and trying to be an adult. Which part of trying to be an adult is taking care of your health, including your mental health. But like, okay, can I break them now in half and flip it? Or is it gonna, no, it's just gonna kind of fall back into the same place that it was. Okay. So let's actually move this down this way so that the eggs are more on the heat, and we'll see if that helps a bit more. I don't know. I just want to cook my egg and put it on top of my burger. Meh. Meh. I don't know, but I don't want to not have feelings. I don't want to have my feelings shut off in life. I just don't know how to feel. So like, I need to kind of teach myself how to feel again and teach myself how to process emotions rather than just shut down completely and just become an empty shell. And this was all discussed in therapy when I was a kid. When I was seeing Melissa, I would have probably been, I would probably be in grade 10, grade 11 at this point in time, and I had told her straight up, yeah, I had to shut off my emotions to get through life. She didn't say I was a sociopath, but antisocial personality disorder was one of the things that was talked up and brought up about. There was also borderline personality disorder, depression, pyromania, schizophrenia. I think in the whole span of my therapy years, my mom had tried to get the therapist to diagnose me with anywhere between 9 to 11 different mental illnesses. Why? Because if I had a mental illness, my mom could claim it from the government and get money from me. That's kind of why I'm a little bit abrasive to therapy, because I haven't really had a good time with therapy in the past. It was a little bit of kind of feeling like, first off, it felt a little bit like a conversion therapy, like mom was trying to be like, okay, well, this is why you are the way you are, because you're messed up in the head, which it's not. Me being transgender is not a mental illness, it's just the way I am. But after that, it started to be kind of just diagnosing me with whatever she could, because if I had some sort of mental illness, then that would totally explain why I am the way I am. And on top of that, she could get money from the government, because she could be like, oh, my kid's mental, so like, send me money. Which, in my opinion, is child abuse, so. And I know for a fact that's what she was doing, because when we were talking about borderline personality disorder, I was so abrasive against it, because I was a kid at the time too, and I didn't want to have any mental illnesses. I wanted to be normal. I just wanted to be normal. I wanted to be a normal kid. I was always abrasive against anything that they were talking about. And then my mom sat me down one night, and then she said that, you know, if you let them diagnose you with borderline personality disorder, the government will send me money every month, and that'll help out around the house. And I'm like, you're trying to get your kid to be diagnosed with something just so the government can send you money when they probably don't have it? And I don't know, maybe I do have BPD, but there's so many other things that I could have, and if I do have BPD, it would be because of the fucking trauma that my mom's put me through growing up. Because what BPD is caused by is trauma in the childhood that causes something to switch in your brain that you have to switch off into, I don't even know. What causes BPD is something traumatic in the past, and my mom has caused plenty of trauma in my life, that's for sure. So if I have anything, it's not. And I mean, yes, my mom likes to blame all my mental illnesses on my dad abandoning me, and yes, I do have some abandonment I can't say that word right now. Abandonment issues with that. But I came to terms with that pretty fast as a child, because I didn't want to live with my mother, and if I had it my way, I didn't want to live with my mother, and if my dad was not living in Yellowknife, I probably would have moved in with him, because there was no way in hell I should have been growing up with that woman. No way in hell. That was a very angrily rant, and I'm sorry. But my eggs are cooked, and I can put them on top of my hamburger now. I went off on a total, rant tangent there, and I don't remember where I was going with that tangent. It just kind of came out like word vomits. So that's a thing that happened, but that's okay. I got my food ready, and that's the main thing, right? My food is all good now. So let's put some food, on the plate, on the food. And I feel really bad because I don't want to drag my mom on social media. I really don't. Which is why I try not to. But it does come out, because I'm sure as many of you realize, my mom is my trigger. My mom is my most Celtic symbol for strength in the face of adversity. My mom is my biggest adversary. Everything else, I would have had so much easier time with if I didn't have my mom in my life. But court decided that my mom was the one that should have raised me and not my dad, so I ended up living with my mom. And I just can't help but think of how much better my life would be if at 16 I just sucked it up and moved to Yellowknife and lived in Yellowknife with my dad and Jill, because I would have had such a better life. But you can't change the past, you can only move forward and look to the future. Even though I'm still stuck in the past very much, and I try not to be. Oh, contradicting Nikki is back. Of course contradicting Nikki is back, because how could I not contradict myself every day? Anyways, yeah, my food's all done. I'm gonna go eat. So I guess I'm gonna be ending it here, and I'll see you whenever I upload this tomorrow, and until then,